Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, Shloka 32. The Supreme Independence of the Lord. Please repeat. Jarayujam Svedajamandajodbidam Characharam Devarshi Pitrurbhutamendriyam Jokam Shitishyaila Sharir Samudra Dvipagraharsheti Avideya Eka. Word to word. Jarayujam, one born from a womb. Svedajam, one born from perception. Perspiration. Andaja, one born from an egg. Udbidam, one born of the earth. Characharam, the moving and stationary. Deva, the demigods. Rishi, the great sages. Pitrur, the inhabitants of Pitrloka. Bhutam, the material elements. Air, fire, water and earth. Aindriyam, all the senses. Jhau, the higher planetary systems. Kam, the sky. Shitihi, the earthly planets. Shaila, the hills and mountains. Sarit, the rivers. Samudra, the oceans. Dvipa, the islands. Grahariksha, the stars and planets. Iti, thus. Abhideyaha, to be variously named. Ekaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, you manifest your different energies in countless forms, as living entities born from wombs, from eggs, and from perspiration, as plants and trees that grow out of the earth, as all living entities, both moving and standing, including the demigods, the learned sages and the Pitas as the outer space, as the higher planetary system containing the heavenly planets, and as the planet Earth with its hills, rivers, seas, oceans and islands. Indeed, all the stars and planets are simply manifestations of your different energies, but originally you are one without a second. Therefore, there is nothing beyond you. This entire cosmic manifestation is therefore not false, but is simply a temporary manifestation of your inconceivable energy. Please repeat. Perfect for Mayavadim. Devastated completely. My dear Lord, you manifest your different energies in countless forms, as living entities born from wombs, from eggs, and from perspiration, as plants and trees that grow out of earth, as living entities, both moving and standing, including the demigods, the learned sages, and the Pitas, as outer space, as the higher planetary system containing the heavenly planets, and as the planet Earth with its hills, rivers, seas, oceans and islands. Indeed, all the stars and planets are simply manifestations of your different energies. But originally, you are one without a second. Therefore, there is nothing beyond you. The entire cosmic manifestation is therefore not false, but is simply a temporary manifestation of your inconceivable energy. Definitely, Prabhupada. Yeah, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. So, this verse completely rejects the theory of Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, which states that spirit or Brahman is real, whereas manifested material world with its great variety of things is false. Nothing is false. One thing may be permanent and another temporary, but both the permanent and temporary are facts. For example, if someone becomes angry for a certain period. No one can say that his anger is false. It is simply temporary. Everything we experience in our daily lives is of this same character. It is temporary but real. The different kinds of living entities coming from various sources are very clearly described in this verse. Some are born from a womb, and some, like certain insects, from human perspiration, like the bed bugs, bed bugs come from human perspiration only. They take our sweat as the food, and then they will grow, and then like that. That's why if you are not unclean, your bed will be poking you. Even that also will tell, be clean. Others hatch from eggs, and still others sprout from the earth. A living entity takes birth under different circumstances according to his past activities karma. Although the body of the living entity is material, it is never false. No one will accept the argument that since a person's material body is false, murder has no repercussions. Our temporary bodies are given to us according to our karma, and we must remain in our given bodies to enjoy pains and pleasures of life. Our bodies cannot be called false. They are only temporary. In other words, the energy of the Supreme Lord is as permanent as the Lord himself, although his energy is sometimes manifest and sometimes not. As summarized in Vedas, Sarvam Khalmida Brahma, everything is Brahman. Om Agnanati Mirantasya Gnananjana Kshalakaya Chakshunmenilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurue Namaham Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Sya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Sya He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Saturday morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Of course, last week it was full hectic Radhayatra, and it was not conducted, and so many services went. That Radhayatra also says exactly what today's point is. The Lord is one without the second. So, Eko Brahma, Dvitiya Nasti. Eko Narayana, Narayana Para Avyaktat. So, like this, many places it has been told, even in Vedas and Shruti Shastras also, that there is nothing beyond Narayana. There is nothing beyond Vishnu. Actually, by seeing this, I was thinking about to speak about Brahma Satya and Jagan Mithya, but that one mostly Srila Prabhupada covered in the purport. So we'll go with another aspect of this verse. There is one thing here, you see, the entire, indeed, all the stars and planets are simply manifestations of your different energies. By seeing this, one more Shruti Shastra from Shvetasvara Upanishad, I'll be talking about Parasya Shaktir Vividaiva Suyate. Natasya Karyam Karanam Cha Vidyate Parasya Shaktir Vividaiva Suyate. This full verse actually there in Bhagavad Gita itself. Let us go there. Yeah. So here actually about Karma Yoga, when Krishna was speaking a lot, then he says, those whoever does not evam pravartita chakram, whoever does not follow this cycle of sacrifice, and whoever does not follow the karma properly, they will definitely do the sin. And after that, he is encouraging Arjuna to do the karma for act of sacrifice to Krishna. And he's giving examples of Janak Maharaj, all these things and all. But he need to establish his position also. No, namam karmani limpante, that he says in 4:14. And here also he is saying, name partasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptam avaptayam varta evacha karmani. There is no need for him to do anything. That can happen only for the Supreme Lord. He is independent and he don't need to do anything. These two things we always should remember through this entire points that we are going through. O son of Partha, there is no work prescribed for me. Within all the three planetary systems, nor I am want of anything, nor I need to obtain anything. He is independent. And yet I am engaged in prescribed duties. As an example. So in this, Srila Prabhupada was quoting one verse. Actually, this is few verses. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is described as follows in the Vedic literature. Tamishwaranam paramam maheshwaram tam devatanam paramam cha daivatam patim patinam paramam parastad vidamadevam bhuvanesha midhyam natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate natat samaschabhyadikascha drishyate parasya shaktir vividaiva suyate sobhavaika gnana balakriya cha. This one you see, natat samam chabhyadikascha drishyate. There is no one equal to him and there is no one superior to him. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. There is nothing which will impel him to do the work. That means he is independent. There is something which is impelling us to do, to get a body forcefully and to work for it. Nai karishit sharmapi. Even in this chapter also, in third chapter, 4th sloka, when he was starting, he is saying, no one can restrain from doing anything, even for a moment also. And further, let's say 327 also, he is saying, because of the Prakriti, they are bounded and they are acting according to the Prakriti. And that Prakriti is again manifestation of Krishna. So basically, we are completely under the control of Krishna. Either he is a demon also, or he is a demigod also, or any quality, whatever he has. This one is clearly in 16th chapter. Let's say if we go, he is clearly explaining first 3 verses, all the qualities of demigods, and then all the qualities of demons in next 2 verses. Then after that, he is clearly saying, everything is under the control of me. Even the before chapter, like Purushottama Yoga, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and there is nothing beyond him. Even that entire chapter is also establishing. So entire Bhagavad Gita is to establish the supremacy of Krishna and to surrender unto him. And that kind of people only he also respond properly. Otherwise, he will not. That also we'll see further. So here the meaning of this verse is, the Supreme Lord is the controller of all other controllers and he is the greatest of all the diverse planetary leaders. Just now, Pitrur, all these leaders has been mentioned now. So for all those, the leaders is Supreme Lord only. Everyone is under his control. All entities are delegated with particular power only by the Supreme Lord. That power also given by Supreme Lord. Even yesterday I was hearing, even today morning also I was hearing Bhagavatam from 4th canto, 7th chapter. Whereas this one is about Dakshayagna. After Dakshayagna has been smashed by Shiva, it has been revived again by putting a goat head for him. Then after that, the Yagna sanctity has been completely became impure because of before that so much killing happened in that place by the Shiva's followers. And now to purify it personally by the request of Shiva, Brahma and all other devatas, Vishnu came. That's why every time when we chant mantra, no, when we chant anything, when we do anything, when we offer any paraphernalia, what we sing? Om apavitro pavitro va sarvavasto gato piva yasmaret pundari kaksham sabahya abhyantara suchihi. Whatever there outside and inside, both will get sanctified when we call the name of Pundarikaksha. Who is that Pundarikaksha? Vishnu. They are not supreme themselves. He is worshipable by all demigods and is the supreme director of all directors. Therefore, he is transcendental to all kinds of material leaders and controllers and is worshipable by all. There is no one greater than him and is supreme cause of all causes. This is Parasya Shaktir Vividaiva Suyate. So, he is the source behind all manifestations. This one we have seen even in the 10th chapter, first 8 shlokas also. Aham Adirhi Devanam Maheshwaraho. And then he was saying Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Matta Sarvam Pravartate. Like this, every time he is saying. But what about others saying? That is what is today's shloka is. 5th canto, 18th chapter is about completely prayers from Jambudvipa. Various residents of Jambudvipa are praying to Lord Vishnu as like this. Devatas, basically they are all Devatas. Even before this, after this, we see how they say the people are great who are living in the Bharatavarsha, like 5th canto, 19th chapter and all, and how fortunate they are because they have the perfect opportunity to serve Lord Vishnu by staying in this earthly planet. So next one is about the glories, and this one, the same similar version, when demigods saw the Lord, let's say like in 8th canto, 5th chapter, 4th chapter, Lord Brahma along with all demigods go to Krishna and he is not visible in Shvetadvipa. Then by choicest prayers, Uttama Shloka, right? So by choicest prayers of Brahma, he will manifest out from the Shvetadvipa. See, that means even if the Lord is in front of us, we cannot see him unless and until he manifests himself. This one is there, no? Nayamatma pravachanena nalabhyo bahuna shrutena yamaishruta tachrunu. So basically, one cannot understand the Lord by his power of giving pravachans or by his medas, by his intelligence. No, the whom the Lord blesses, for them only he will manifest. And who the Lord blesses, that has been spoken by these demigods when Vishnu came in Dakshagna. The point that they say is as follows. Even in fact, Indra, Brahma, Varuna, Agni, Daksha Prajapati and Daksha Prajapati's wife and all the other demigods, all the priests, all the Brahmanas, everyone speak. That entire chapter is about, like, first few verses is about reviving the Dakshagna, and then when Vishnu manifests, that entire chapter is about praising the Lord. And they are also saying in this similar way. Jagad Udbhava Sthiti Layeshu Daivato Bahu Vidyamna Gunayatma Mayaya Rachitatma Veda Mataye Swa Samstaya Vini Vartita Brahma Gunatmane Namaha. We offer our respectful obeisances unto the Supreme, who has created varieties of manifestations and put them under the spell of three qualities of the material world in order to create, maintain and annihilate them. This is what even the today's point is also. He himself is not under the control of that external energy. And in his personal feature, he is completely devoid of variegated manifestations of material qualities, and he is under no illusion of false identification. This is what Mayavadis does not understand. And let's say if you see the next verse here, you read all these purports which are very beautiful. Okay, the before verse. He is favorable. He is still favorable, though it is looking like he is not favorable for everyone, but he is favorable in getting the understanding about him to those who, the great mystic said, dear Lord, persons who see you as non-different from themselves, knowing that you are the super soul of all living entities. See, there is a twist. Seeing you as non-different from themselves. The problem with Mayavadis is they just see this point. Me same, Lord is also same. Om Namo Narayanaya. This is the problem. But there is one more point that we need to see. He is super soul and we are souls. Like this one we say ne, Eko Bahudan Nam Vididati Kaman. Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam, Eko Bhagdanam, Vidudat Kaman. So we are also Nitya. He is also Nitya. We also have the consciousness. He is also having consciousness. But he is the one maintaining the entire manifestation and we are getting maintained. Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasabe Vritya. He is the only Supreme Lord and we are all just dancing according to his movements. You know this in Telugu Tolubommalata, in English I don't know what is that. Puppet. Even the Jai Sri Radha Madan. The 14th chapter is about that modes playing as puppet, no? The picture if you see. So we are all playing like that puppet only. But one may ask the question, even Tathai Prabhu previously clarified already. If Lord is controlling us, then why we do the bad things? Or Lord is controlling us or everything is under Lord's control, then why we forget him? That one also we will see further. Just let's finish this verse. Are certainly very, very dear to you. Those who sees the Paramatma feature and Brahman feature and Bhagavan feature, they are very dear to the Lord. That can happen only with devotees. You are very favorable towards those who engage in devotional service, accepting you as the Lord and themselves as the servants. By your mercy, you are always inclined in their favor. So he is only favorable for devotees to understand him properly. Even the Jambudvipa residents are devotees. That's why they could able to pray to him properly. Even to pray to the Lord also. That's why the prayers of Mayavadis may have tune, but will not have the love that the devotees will always have. So we cannot become like a parrot-like chanter, and we must feel it whenever we are doing. That's why when we go into altar also, what we say? Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padaha Sada Pashyanti Yam Surayaha Divava Shakshur Atatam. So this is the supreme abode of Lord Vishnu. Whereas just like when the sunlight is getting from the top, we are all utilizing it by the mercy of the sunlight. So like that, he is there in the top, and then by his effulgent rays, we are all under his control. Diviva Chakshur Atatam. So by his eyes, he is controlling everything. And not only that, Prabhupada, recently when I was hearing Bhagavad Gita 18th shloka 67th 18th chapter 67th shloka. This is the only one lecture given for that shloka by Prabhupada, just immediate after Sarvadharmam Parityaja instruction. What Prabhupada was saying is, when Lord is there on the top, just like the sun rays are coming, you always remember your feet is on the ground. There is something above your head and there is something below your feet is also. But that something below your feet, you should feel like you are dependent on that. Right? And something above you that is controlling you. This should be our consciousness that we should have. Something above is Supreme Lord Vishnu's energy. And something below us is also Supreme Lord's Vishnu's energy. We are dependent on Vishnu's energy and we are getting controlled by Vishnu's energy. These two things we should always remember. This is what when Prabhupada was saying purport for the Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padaha, he was saying this point also in that lecture. So this way if we see, Bhakti will make us first humble and meek. This will make us understand the Lord. And not only that, Lord is also always in the mode of what do you say, goodness and beyond goodness. He is always trying to Vishuddha Sattva. He is always trying to make plans again and again. Like now he created this material universe just to bring us back. So like this, in that also every yuga he is coming, like Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. Every yuga he is coming. Like this, he is making always plans, and his intelligence is always working to manifest various things so that he can bring us back. Let's say like was just seeing Haraye Hari Medase. If I am not wrong, 4th canto. Yes. 4:30:24. So this is what Prachetas are saying to the Lord. Namo Vishuddha Sattvaya Haraye Harimedase Vasudevaya Krishnaya Prabhave Sarva Sattvatam. Haraye Hari Medase means the intelligence of the Lord. Hari Medase is always working to nullify our struggles, our material existence, and our what do you say, dukkha. That one, he is always thinking how to cut this, for my devotees, how to cut this for everyone who is trying to show their back to me, not their face to me. So what it is said, Namo Vishuddha Sattvaya. And even in the Lord, in the altar, one more mantra that we chant. What is that? Turiyaguna Sampannam Nanaguna Manoharam Anandam Saurabham Pushpam Grahadam Idamuttamam Etani Pushpani. So before offering the flower also, we are always remembering Turiyaguna Sampannam Nanaguna Manoharam. He is fully with that Vishuddha Sattva Guna. Turiyaguna means beyond these three modes, there is one more mode, that is pure goodness, Vishuddha Sattva. Namo Vishuddha Sattvaya Haraye Hari Medase Sampannam. He is with full that pure goodness also. Nana Guna Manoharam. Even all the other gunas that he has are so pleasant. Anandam Saurabham Pushpam Grihadam Ittamuttamam. So that kind of lovely, my Lord, oh my Lord, who is always joyful, to you I am offering this flower. Like this. You see how humble the prayer is. Even offering also, people like this cannot. Anything to the Lord, we must always be in a humble mode. Then he will show the real mercy, and then we can use these energies. Otherwise, we will misuse these energies. Just like the scientists using this nuclear bomb energy to destroy the entire world. But the Arjuna used it for Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Chaduskrutam Dharma Samsthapanardaya, to establish dharma that he used. Dear Lord, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you because your existence is completely independent of all material influences. Your Lordship always takes away the devotee's miserable conditions. Haraye Hari Medase. For your brain plans how to do so. So that's why always the manifestations will be happening. The universes, no? Yasyaika Swasa, Yasya Prabhavato Jagada. 540, right? So 540, 48. Which one? So he's always breathe in, breathe out. In that, these universes are manifesting and unmanifesting. In this process, all our struggles are happening to come out of this. Actually, we are not doing that struggle for coming out of this miseries that we are having. If we do that, Lord is there immediately to help us with Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. As holy name, he manifested, and he is trying to make us understand through his holy name, especially in this Kali Yuga, Kalikare Namarupe Krishna Avatar. Kali Yuga Dharmera Krishnera, Kali Yuga Dharmera Krishnera Nama, something like that also. You live everywhere as Paramatma, therefore you are known as Vasudeva. So there is one bigger picture for Vasudeva. We always say the name of Krishna is also Vasudeva, right? Vasa means everything is what do you say, situated in it. So the one who makes everything situated in him is Vasudeva. That name is only for Krishna. That's why in Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudevaha Sarvamitihi. Everything is there in him. Everything is there in him. That's the whole point that we need to understand. Even today's verse is also saying that. Actually, this understanding will come only for a devotee. For a non-devotee and for a Mayavada, it will not come. Why? Because they are in a point where even this Lord is also there in this Brahman. So that one only, this sloka says, Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti, Koti Vashesha. So this one 548, right? 540. So the effulgence, right, from his body, whatever is coming, that is Brahman. Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti. From that only all the universes are coming. So this is the understanding that devotee has, and this is the truth also. Basically, there is one more shloka. Pashyati achekshu shrunoti akarna. This is there in one of the purport as full shloka. You can help me with that. Even in that also, it is clearly explained. He's seeing, but he don't have eyes like us. Pashyati achekshu shrunoti akarna. He is hearing everywhere. He is hearing even from your heart, and he is hearing from the ant, and he is hearing someone who is in Vaikuntha also. But his ears are not like our ears. So this has been clearly told. He has a form, and that is divine, and that is achintya, beyond our perception. That's why he can manifest there also, and he can manifest here also, and he can manifest everywhere also. Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta. This is also one more verse where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was explaining in 7th chapter of Adi Leela, before like when he meet Prakashananda Saraswati, right? He was clearly establishing the supremacy of Vishnu in that. You are so kind, and that you always increase the influence of all kinds of devotees. So this one done. Let's say if we see 7 dot, I think 117, I guess. Before Vishnu Shakti Vishnu Shakti Para Prokta. Wow, this one very tough, I think, to go. Let me. Vishnu Shakti Para. 6154. Prabhupada gave. Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta Kshetra Gnakya Tadapara Avidya Karma Samgnagna Tirtha Shakti Rishyate. So sorry, this conversation is with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, not with Prakashananda Saraswati. Even there is a set of conversation in 7th chapter also, Adi Leela, from almost 100th shloka till 140 shloka. He is clearly explaining that. Even before that, in 772, actually it starts from 772. Why? Because Guru, he says, my Guru Maharaj is saying me that I am a fool. That's why he recommended me not to read the Vedas and chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, because this is the essence of all the Vedas. Like that it will start, and then the continuation will happen. If you want to read it in a story form, you can take teachings of Lord Chaitanya. In that one complete chapter is there. Nicely you can read about that conversation between Prakashananda Saraswati and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even they discuss about Om Tat Sat also. So here the clear manifestation between Mayavadis and the clear distinction between Mayavadis and actual understanding has been explained by Lord. The internal potency of the Supreme Lord Vishnu is spiritual, and as verified by the Shastras, there is another spiritual potency known as Kshetragna, or the living entity. Apareyam Gnatvam. So in 7th chapter, 5th verse, he's saying, beyond this 8, like earth, water, fire, ether, kan mano buddhi revacha, ahankara iti yamme. So beyond this, there is one more thing, which is Tatastha, or the living entity. That is living entity. That is also spiritual potency. The third potency, which is known as niscience, make the living entity godless and fills him with fruitive activity. This comes for stones and pebbles also, which don't have life, and this comes for the persons who ever living and living like a dead by not understanding the Lord as supreme. So the Mayavadis literally comes under this third potency. And even if someone is living and behaving like not favorable for Vishnu, he is like living dead. That is what this also says. And by this kind of conversation, right, when one becomes a devotee, he does not even like to spell the word mukti because it gives the wrong meaning of merging into that Brahman effulgence. So that's why Prakashananda Saraswati, after becoming devotee in Chaitanya Chandramrita, he is writing it like Kaivalyam Narakayate Tridasha Akasha Pushpayate. So Kaivalyam is Naraka, hell for a devotee. Even he is ready to stay in the hell also. Diviva, Bhuviva, Mamastuva in Mukundamala Sutra, 4th verse, I think. So he is saying he is ready to stay either in hell or in heaven or anywhere if he has the lotus feet of Krishna. Narayana para sarve nakotaschana nabibhyati. Swargapavarga narkeshu tulya ninda tulya api darshanaha. Tulya ninda api darshanaha. So wherever he is, if he is seeing the Lord, that is enough for him. In the Brahman effulgence, because only the light is there, there is no service of the Lord, there is no lotus feet of the Lord. Ennara vindeksha vimukta manina swayastamana avishuddha buddhaya. Because there is no lotus feet of the Lord, they will definitely fall down. And it has been lively example. Even this conversation also 2 days back I was reading here. Let me pull out. I think in 200 sloka onwards it starts. You know this verse, right? 10:14:8. Tattenu kampa susamiksha manina bunjana mevatma krutam vipakam. Bhakti pad, mukti pad. There are two words. There is something called in third line mukti pad, but that one Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya don't want to say even that also. He is saying it as bhakti pad. Let me tell. Bhakti pada, mukti pada. Six two. Huh? Yeah, the verse is this. This is from 10.14.8 in Bhagavatam. Here it has been said that Tattenu kampa susamiksha manina bunjana mevatma kritam vipakam ridvagva purbir vidatan namaste jiveti yo bhakti pade sadaya bhak. This one is there, no? This bhakti pade is actually mukti pade. The verse is mukti pade. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is chanting it as Bhakti Pade. Why? Because, of course, when you see the translation even in Bhagavatam also, they have taken this translation itself, this verse translation, because from 10th canto, 14th chapter, Prabhupada did not translate. And from that, whatever verses are there, in case if he has used already in CC, or if he has used in any other purpose, that translation only they have taken. So this Mukti Pada is nothing but your devotional service with his mind. Real mukti comes only through devotional service. This topic even previously also we have discussed in 7th canto, 10th chapter, 49th chapter, 44th sloka onwards. If we see, there are various kinds of realizations to go to the Lord, but out of that, Bhakti is the only one which will take you really to the Lord. That Prahlad is saying. And Shukadeva Goswami in 6th canto, 1st chapter, let's say 12 sloka onwards, when he was saying that Tapasa Brahmacharyana Yamena Niyamanava, and after that he was clearly saying Kechid Kevila Bhaktasya Vasudevaha Parayanaha. Only through Bhakti one can understand. Even in 5th canto, 5th chapter, 7th sloka, Parabhavastavad Abodhajata Pritinna Jignasa Mai Vasudeva Nalabhyate Deha Yogena Yavat. So one will always fail if he don't develop the love for Vasudeva. He will not get rid of this bodily conception, and he will not get rid of taking body again and again unless and until he develop pure love for Vasudeva. This is what even Lord himself, Rishabdev, is saying in that place like this. So Bhattacharya is saying that one who seeks your compassion and thus tolerates all kinds of adverse conditions due to karma or his past deeds, who always engages in your devotional service with his mind, words and body, and who always offers obeisances unto you is certainly a bona fide candidate for becoming unalloyed devotee. This is one thing. But if you see, right, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finds this point. Why are you saying Mukti Pade as Bhakti Pade? All this and all. What is your intention? Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is replying, Mukti is nothing but awakening the pure love of Godhead. But unfortunately, Mukti has various meanings. So I don't want to even by chance also give opportunity for others to understand that Mukti is other kind of Sayujya Mukti, like merging into the effulgence of the Lord, like this. After all this happens, right? Actually, this is the one that I want to show. How happy the Lord is with those people who says Bhakti is the topmost. He immediately become happy, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya concluded, even though he is offered all kinds of liberation, the pure devotee does not accept them. He is fully satisfied engaging in the service of the Lord, devotional service of the Lord. So for this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, the word Mukti Pade has another meaning. Mukti Pada directly refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead also. You should have taken that. But still, all kinds of liberation exist under the feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is known as Mukti Pada. Like his lotus feet is for liberation, like that. According to another meaning, Mukti is the 9th subject, like 10 subjects of Bhagavatam. No? After Mukti, Ashraya, taking lotus feet, shelter of Krishna, that is the 10th topic. Those and all he was explaining. And after that, I think this conversation, I was not able to give that reading to that verse. Although your explanation is correct, it should not be used because there is ambiguity in the word Mukti Pada. Conveys idea of becoming one with the Lord. Usual meaning is one with the Lord. See, the very sound of the word Mukti immediately induces hate and fear for a devotee. But when he says the word Bhakti, we naturally feel transcendental bliss within the mind. That is what even Bhagavatam is also teaching us. What are the supreme teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? There are 5 teachings. In Sridhara Swami, in Chaitanya Chittamandusa, he was saying like this. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrijesha Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramyakajidupasana Vrijavadu Vargenaya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumardo Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tat Radharona Param. So, in that, the 3rd line, Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam, whatever Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching is the highest and it doesn't have any impurity. And what is the highest for anyone to get is Prema Pumardo Mahan, to get the love of the Lord. That's why people don't like this Mukti concept and people don't like to hear the Mayavadi Bhashya. Mayavadi Bhashya Shunale Koi Sarvanash. Even in 5th chapter, right, there is interesting conversation about defeating the Shankaracharya's Mayavada in Adilila. You can go and read that entire chapter also. He was Shankaracharya trying to defeat Vyasadeva, but that can never happen. Even in fact, at one place, Shankaracharya was directly saying that whatever the verse Vyasadeva spoken is wrong. Directly saying the verse itself is wrong. Forget about Bhashya. He should have kept this word instead of that word. But the same follower of that Shankaracharya, who is the stalwart Mayavadi, after meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prakashalananda Saraswati, all these people, is even hating to speak the Mukti word. See how beautiful the Bhakti is and how beautiful the legacy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. So, this was possible only by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mayavadi philosophy. As long as it does not turn iron into gold by its touch, no one can recognize unknown stone to be a touchstone. So basically he is giving an example. A touchstone touches so many things, but still touchstone remains pure like that only. So the same way Lord can manifest many things, but still he is pure. The problem with Mayavadis is when he comes under these modes, he is also under these modes. This we already saw. Even in today's verse also, it is said that he is beyond the modes. This has been defeated even in the first verse of Bhagavatam itself. Janmadasya yatonvayat itaras arte abhigneswarat. He is independent. He is beyond. From him only everything emanating. All this has been Muhyanti Yat Suraya. He is the one controlling all the demigods. All these kind of things has been clearly explained. And even in 2:9:36, the Brahma prayers before the manifestation, after the manifestation, only the Lord is led. Upon seeing transcendental Vaishnavism in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, everyone could understand that Lord Chaitanya was none other than Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaja. This can happen only with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This can happen only with Gaudiya Vaishnavism, or this can happen only with Vaishnavism. So the bhakti and the rightful prayers to the Lord can be manifested only from a devotee. This is what even in 10th canto, 87th chapter, this Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, right? This one in Krishna book is the biggest chapter. Like in 10th canto, 87th chapter in Krishna book, if you see, this has many pages. Even in audio book also, this chapter alone is 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours. Imagine how big this chapter is. So Prabhupada clearly explained a lot about Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya, and he completely defeated. Anyone want, please go and read further, then they will understand more. But only thing that I want to convey through this is everything is from the Lord, and in that best use is to do bhakti. And bhakti starts only from chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Or if you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, bhakti automatically starts, and this is the starting point of all 9 processes of devotional service. Eka Krishna Nama Sarva Papakshaya Navavida Bhakti Purna Nama Haite Haya. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna once, a person is relieved from all reactions of sinful life. And one can complete the 9 processes of devotional service simply by chanting the holy name. How come? By chanting from the mouth can fulfill all other devotional service. I'll give you one rough example. In our offices or in our meetings, or when we do even bhakti also, if you want to manifest something out of somewhere, how it will come? From meetings, from thoughts, and talking about our thoughts to each other, and then implementing those thoughts. So talk, so chant is the first thing which will start your bhakti. Once Krishna name is coming into your life, then automatically Krishna's energies will manifest in your life and make work. Then devotees will come into your life, then prasadam will come into your life, then festivals comes into your life, then entire bhakti package comes into your life with the holy name of the Lord. And this has been proven even with everyone. And this one will start by tongue only. By chanting, 2 things tongue can do. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting. And another is to chant, we need some food, no? That is through prasadam. Sevonmukhe jivado swayameva spuraditya. So this seva, this transcendental devotional service starts from mouth only, and that through tongue. One is by feeding it with prasadam and by chanting the holy name of the Lord. With these 2, everything in your life, all 9 processes of devotional service in the life, and the Lord himself will manifest in your life. That's why Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. Krishna's name and Krishna's form and Krishna's everything related to Krishna is non-different. Anything you touch, it's like touchstone. Any part of bhakti you touch, it's touchstone. But first thing, Adi, is chanting the holy name. That's what. So that can happen, then all this understanding will come automatically. So this is what is about today's. I don't know how much I deviated or stick to the topic, but yeah, if there are any doubts or anything, you can Otherwise, we'll wind up and then have Mahaprasade Govind. Can. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanand.